Okay, so there's two things when we're talking about awakening or non-duality that you can say is important for this journey that the sadhaka or the human self is who's aspiring to wake up spiritually or recognize their self. Like there's two things. A lot of times though in non-duality or self-inquiry or any Advaita type pointings, it's like you focus too much on just like I don't exist stuff. Or just I'm just gonna meditate. Oh, I just realized, whoa, I'm just consciousness. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Cool. Damn, that was actually pretty easy. Why is everybody like tripping out there, like sitting in caves and doing all this tapas and everything? Like all you gotta do is just sit here and, oh whoa, I feel the presence. That's what I am. Huh. Damn. Guess I'm lucky. Right. So you have that. That's cool. Like do that. Do your spiritual practice. The other thing though is the more free that we are of this. See, you got to work with the human self. We have it. Can't deny that. I mean, you can, and you'll find out it doesn't work at some point because you'll be all weird. You'll be talking spiritual, but your energy's like pulling you in these different directions, and you have addictions, and that affects your expression and everything like that. So this is the second aspect that I want to touch on. The more free we are of desires and attachments and addictions, automatically there's going to be a deeper sense of balance within this 3D matrix outfit that we're wearing. Why? Because the mind is going to be less pulled in all these directions, like, oh, I want this, I'm at the beach, oh, I want these girls to look at me, oh, she looks good, I think she should be my girlfriend. Okay, I gotta work this somehow. Okay, I don't want to look desperate, but I want to, I'm a little desperate, but I don't want her to know. That'll mess me up. I got to be cool, alpha male. So see, mine has a desire, and so then its attention is on that, how to get this girl. Or make money. I need to make a bunch of money. I got to focus on this business and get it up and running, then I get a bunch of money, because then I'll be cool. So I have a bunch of money, I can get the car then I can get that girl easy then. I'll just walk by her and like drop a bunch of money. I'm like, oh man, damn. Yeah. Okay. So you gotta like work on the human self, write down what your desires, addictions, and attachments are. Because we have to be aware. Some non-dual people, like you ask them like, what do you mean? I don't even exist to have attachments and desires and addictions, man. Like, come on. Like, what's wrong with you? You're like talking in a world of delusion, and I'm like, that's stupid. Okay, so that's cool. Enjoy playing that for a while. Life's gonna catch you out, and then we can talk. So if you know that already, that's not probably the best thing to do because you want to be organic and balanced, then you write down a list of all your desires, attachments, and addictions, because you realize you're like, that's making the mind a little busy. And when the mind's a little busy, this natural sense of being, it's like it doesn't come through into the physical human expression as much because it's like being blocked, you see? So that's where the motivation comes to look at these things. You're like, this is an important aspect. I'm gonna do my spiritual practice still, and my meditation, self-inquiry, and see that I don't exist, etc. But at the same time, I have to address this human machine because that's part of the deal. So you find out what your addictions, attachments, and desires are, and you start working on it. That's all. Now, there's always going to be some attachment, addiction, desire, even if it's on subtle level, because you're in a human form. And there's certain needs and instincts that you're going to have to, you want to eat, and you want to, like, you're attracted maybe to the opposite sex or your wife or something. If she gets sick or if he gets sick, you're going to care about that. What are you going to do? Like, they're in the hospital and they might die. You're just going to be like, well, they don't really exist, so like what? No, you're going to like be emotionally, you're going to feel something. Doesn't mean that you're going to like trip out and kill yourself too, but you see what I mean? As long as we're in a human not even human, an individual body, there's going to be, the tax for that is there's going to be some attachments, addictions, and desires. Can't escape that. Accepting that kind of takes the load off, like the pressure, like, okay, cool. Damn, I was like trying to set myself up to achieve some perfect ideal state that doesn't even exist. Some of these books told me they exist, but I like debunked them. Like it just doesn't make sense, you know? So what does happen though is it's a never-ending, constant fine-tuning, refinement, and merge or fusion with this human individual self with your natural universal self. Desires, addictions, attachments can always be reduced more and more and more. They're always going to be there, okay? But they can be reduced more. That's what I'm saying. That was another video I made, I don't know if I posted it yet, was like the awakening's never ending. Well, getting rid of the desires and attachments and addictions is never ending. How much do you have to be free? It's a good question. How much do you have to be free of your desires, addictions, and attachments before you get the awakening stamp on your third eye? How much? Do you have to be free at all to get them? Can you like be a heroin addict on the street and you're shooting up but are you awake? Or do you have to like go to a rehab and get off that and then you get 90 days clean and then are you awake? Or do you need to like also be free of coffee addiction or nicotine addiction and then are you awake? Like where's it at? Where's it at? So the pure self, it's not shooting up heroin and it doesn't drink coffee. It doesn't have a mouth or a digestive system. It doesn't have a vein to put the drug in. So you can say like, is that awake? It's beyond awake. It's not thinking about awake. It doesn't have a mind to think. It's the human individual self, again, that tries to measure all these things. It's trying to wake up and it's never going to totally wake up. It's going to constantly become more and more awake. Isn't that nice to hear? It was so nice when I had that realization. It's still nice, just thinking about it, just talking about it. That's why I'm talking about it. Because if it's nice, it must be nice for someone else too. Because it takes the stress. It takes the stress off. You realize you're in an infinite, endless journey of awakening that's never going to end, ever. Now it gets better and better and better. See, that's like that analogy where they say it's like eating a fresh fruit that just keeps getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. Isn't that a good deal? You'd get bored. If there was a one and you're done final like awakening, or you had no addictions or attachments or desires whatsoever, ever, you would create some drama and get yourself addicted and attached again just to experience the contrast. That's what we're doing actually. You see? So therefore, the mind thinks in terms of black and white, asleep, awake, like that. I'm saying it's all blended together because it is. That's my message. All right, see you.